there. Welcome to Ballpark Figures. I'm Rob Shaw. Michelle Steele not here because she is behind Tina Cervasio.
Oh, no.
In the fantasy rankings. So, this time we're going to go to someone who is, instead of her asking the questions, we're going to get answers from you.
I did. I picked up a couple of places this week.
You did? Look, you dominated Summer Sanders, who's still, I think, reeling.
And she's an Olympian.
We should call her up and make sure she's okay.
I know.
Because this was 8-1. It wasn't even close.
It was a good week for me.
Well, obviously. And part of it has to be when the Red Sox win, you win.
I know. The Red Sox did not start off the season well.
Mm-hmm.
And
neither did your team,
neither did my team. I did cover the Red Sox in 06-07. So when I was going through my draft, I thought, well, I know these guys. And I know Kevin Youkilis is going to play his heart out on every play, whether he's at first base or third base. He's going to get walks. He's going to get on base. He's going to score runs.
And your league does count walks, by the way.
Yes, it does. And so when Youkilis
a very savvy pick, considering.
So that's why when Kevin Youkilis was available, I grabbed him. I also knew that Josh Beckett was not going to have back-to-back bad years.
Right.
And he struggled severely last season before. I mean, you could consider him a Cy Young candidate.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I knew Beckett would come around, picked him up. John Lester, sort of a soft spot in my heart with him, and he
Incredible
is the ace.
Story,
yeah, but I was there when he returned to baseball from cancer. So that was kind of, but meanwhile, he's my ace.
Yeah.
He's struggled this season, though. Yeah, exactly.
He'll be all right.
But, and then Poppy, how could you not have, he was available.
Everyone's saying that he's done last year, the year before.
Go figure.
He's still getting like 30 home runs each year.
Exactly.
So what do you expect from the Red Sox this year? They got off to that bad start, but I mean, the addition of Adrian Gonzalez, they look, I mean, we're talking about them versus the Yankees. The Yankees, you're starting to wonder, are they getting to the point where it's diminishing returns? On the other hand, the Red Sox just regrouping, bringing in new talent. They're a scary team right now. You
have to wonder if the age is showing on that Yankees team. And now this little bit of turmoil with Jorge Posada. Right. But that's where I picked up a lot of my points when the Red Sox swept the Yanks this weekend. Unbelievable. And it's a long season. And Terry Francona always says that, always would say it. It's a long season. It's only early May.
Right.
So when the Red Sox won their first game, which was against the Yankees, and it took them, 7 games, or even more than that, I forget. But I knew they would come around. I mean, it's everything's, all the red flags are throwing up, press the panic button. There's 162 games to be played.
Yeah, sometimes people like to cheer against you when you get all this talent. The Heat, for example, they got off to a bad start, but look where they are right now. You also have the beard on your team in Brian Wilson. Why did you pick him? Obviously, he's the man when it comes to saves.
Well, he was available, and I thought about that. And he started the season injured, so on the DL. So I thought, well, I mean, look what he did last year. And so, again, you don't always see these back-to-back great seasons, but to just have him on my roster, you know he's going to have the strikeouts and the saves. And he's just a fun guy to watch. And, they're going to have him on the national broadcasts a lot of times with the Giants, obviously. So that's why I kind of went after him. But
do you overmanage your team? Do you call them up and say, guys, I'm not happy with your performance. Here's a specialist to help work on your pitches?
I haven't. I undermanage this team, unfortunately. I know. And that's why I did not make it out to the Red Sox-Yankees series. Or I would have said, you're on my fantasy team. You're on my fantasy team. But you're a Knicks chick. That's the name of my fantasy team.
Yes.
So every time
you do have another name also. The Red Sox one. It gives a little love to the Red Sox.
It does. Well, Knicks Chicks, and then my theme or my team motto is we have Sox appeal.
There you go.
Or we play with Sox appeal.
There it is. And they've certainly done all right recently. Eric Ibar, a guy who, we actually were discussing him on this show as one of the hottest players in baseball right now. You caught him midway through the year. A good move on your part.
I did. That was, it was about 2 or 3 weeks into the season, so again, early April. And I just watched an Angels series, and he had a great series. Multiple hits, multiple runs, and I thought, he's available. I was looking through, and he was available, and I just looked at his numbers, and he wasn't really owned by a lot of people in the league, like 30 percentile, 25%. But I thought, gosh, he was tearing it up.
Yeah.
Why, and pick him up, because one of my players, I forget who it was at the time, had then gone on the DL.
Might have been Scudero.
It was Scooter I just dropped.
Yeah. He's a Red Sox who went
and Bobby Jenks got dropped. And J.D. Drew. So we've lost 3 Red Sox on Knicks Chicks. But yeah, Ibar, that was a lucky pickup because he wasn't even playing regularly originally. And now, so I was lucky. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not.
Now, you are competing in a celebrity women's league, and Bloomberg Sports is happy to be a sponsor in the extent that we provide you with the different products that we have in order to kind of find out how your team is doing. So how's front office been for you so far? You've been able to figure some things out?
I'm just learning it. I'm just learning it, but it is fascinating at what it can do. Now, I made my moves coming into this week before I learned front office.
Okay.
So now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't have picked up some of those guys, and I need more stolen bases. And it really shows you, what's fascinating is it shows you where you're struggling. And then it will then show you the players that are available in your league that have those stats that can help you gain points. And we have some wild stat categories for pitchers ground into double
plays. Yeah, that's weird.
But they keep that statistic, and front office will sift through. And that's why I've always been so overwhelmed with fantasy baseball. I did it one time before, and I stepped away from it for many years. I'm busy. I travel a lot. I do cover soccer.
You have a family.
I know. And I do want to go to a Broadway play or a movie once in a while. So that's what always overwhelmed me. But I think if I just keep track now with front office, they'll do the weeding out. I don't have to sift through all of the numbers like I did with Ibar. I was able to pick him up, but that's almost the old-fashioned way now.
Right.
It's fascinating the way they rank the players, and it gives you a smaller list to choose from. And you go specific. I need a middle infielder. I need a bench player. I need a relief pitcher. So it's amazing what it does. I can't wait to see what I'm going to do this week.
Two tools in particular. We've got the lineup manager, which will tell you who to pick up, who to drop, and then you've got the trade analyzer, which is going to basically tell you who you should try to get rid of and who you should bring in from another team. Before we let you go, any advice for Michelle Steele?
Michelle, don't check your rosters. Don't go to front office, Michelle. No, maybe I have to check out her roster, see if there's the trade analyzer. Maybe I could help her out. She could help me out. So it'll be an even balance.
I think she now has a little more incentive to compete in this league. That's Tina Cervasio. I'm Rob Shaw for Bloomberg Sports Ballpark Figures. Have a great day.
With a comprehensive but convenient draft kit, unique roster management tools, and an innovative trade analyzer, Bloomberg Sports Front Office 2011 remains a leader in baseball analytics.
You can get quick answers if you need them, but if you want to spend hours digging deeper, you'll be able to dig as deep as you like.
A fine gift for your friends and family who want the front office statistics and analysis at their fingertips.